Here we are kicking off our 2.6 set of notes, just looking at some definitions that are going to be able to help us out a little bit. Correlation is pretty much just a relationship or a connection between two or more things. So it's, again, taking two items that possibly have something in common with one another. And how we measure correlation is with the variable r. Now, r is always going to be between -1 and +1. And we'll talk about why in a little bit. But just know that this correlation, r, is always going to be between -1 and +1. This r actually is technically correlation coefficient. That's the formal definition of them, but we can fit it under this correlation. Again, though, always between -1, +1, and really what that represents, this r value, represents how well our data fits together. And we'll be seeing some prime examples of that in a little bit. Now, positive correlation pretty much just says that if y tends to increase, as x increases. So essentially we would look at something like this. So as x, or I'm sorry, y is going up, so is x. So y is going upwards as x is going to the right as x increases. Negative correlation is pretty similar to just positive correlation, but it's if y tends to decrease. So that's really the main item here. It's decreasing as x increases. Now, anytime we have no correlation, that's where there's really no obvious pattern. And we'll see some examples of those. And the line of best fit is pretty much the line that best fits our data. So in other words, on a scatter plot, if we had a bunch of data, we would see a line that represents kind of all of the different points to the best of its ability. So if we had some points, we'll go with black. If we had some points on a scatter plot, that would be kind of our line of best fit. It's trying to have it's trying to fit these different data points together and create then a line that best works for the data. So again, for negative correlation, we should see something like that. So as y tends to decrease as x increases. So again, we're going to see some examples of this in a moment when we're starting to talk with example 1. Again, though, that is our warm-up from our 2.6 set of notes.